Hi everyone, Assalamu alaikum. Today we are again with you. We are again with us with a new chapter, that is our ball poem. Okay, then what is the name of our poem? The ball poem. Okay, the ball poem by John Berryman. Who is that? John Berryman. Okay, all of you listen carefully. Today we are going to discuss about our new poem of John Berryman's The Ball poem. Okay, then before going to that poem, I want to ask something about our last class. Okay, then give me which are the things we discussed last class. Which was the subject? Yes, what is that? How to tell wild animals. Then I think you read that chapter, that poem well, and everything of that how to tell about animals, everything, and studied all the question answers. Surely you want to study well, otherwise it will make a burden, it will create a burden, that means bundle of things at the end, that means at the time of your examination. Surely inshallah, pray God for the releasing from the strong hands of COVID-19, and pray every time, and surely inshallah we can expect our exam sharp March. Then surely we want to complete everything before that thing, and surely you want to cooperate with us, then only we can complete all the portions on time. Okay, all of you, then your part, you complete your part, that means study everything what you get. Okay, all of you. Okay, then today we are going to discuss about our new poem, The Ball poem by John Berryman. Okay, it's a simple poem talking about a boy and his missing of ball. Then we know that if we missed any ball, surely we can buy another. But the relationship between that last ball and us is something is special, right? We can't remove that thing from our heart, right? Okay, all of you listen again. The ball poem. Okay, ball poem. Before going to the poem, surely I will give you something about that poem. Okay, all of you listen. Here, this poem is about a boy who loses his ball. Okay, loses his ball while playing. Okay, then this poem is about a boy who loses the ball while playing. He saw it bouncing down in the street, and then it fell into the water. Okay, it just fell into the water, and he lost it forever. He lost that ball forever, and he stares down the water where the ball had fallen. Okay, he just stares at the water where the ball had fallen, and a ball does not cost much. That ball does not cost much, but nor it is difficult it is difficult to buy another ball. Then why he is so upset and sad? Okay, then here perhaps he had been playing with it for a long time. Okay, then he must have become attached and used to its possession, and he doesn't want anyone to console or buy him another. He wants privacy. Okay, he did not like to share his sadness to others, that experience. Okay, then he is trying to learn to bear the loss. He is trying to learn to bear the loss, and this will help him in his later life. Okay, in his later life. Understood? It's a simple thing. Loss, gain and loss are the parts of life. We know that, right? We know that gain and loss are the parts of our life. We can't sometimes we can't tolerate the loss, but surely we will adjust with that all things. Okay, that is explaining, that is discussing point here. All of you listen carefully. It's a simple poem. Listen, all of you. Okay. The ball poem. A boy loses a ball and he is very upset. A ball doesn't cost much, and nor is it difficult to buy another ball. Why then boy so upset? Then surely we will get answer then of this question from this poem. Then boy has to learn from the experience of losing something. Okay, surely each and every incident, each and every loss, each and every gain is all the new chapters. And surely it will make new chapters in our life, right? Yes. Okay, surely we want to study all things from our failure. Sometimes we can recall everything like that. Okay, all of you listen. You can start our poem. The Ball poem by John Berryman. Don't forget about the name of the poet. That means authors. Surely I told you that we have extracts and some questions below, and who is the author, then which chapter and who talked to whom, like that. Then surely 1 mark for each question. You want to read the poem and also you want to study the poet's name also. Okay, all of you? Okay, we can start our poem now. What is the boy now who has lost his ball? What is he to do? I saw it to go merrily bouncing down the street, and then merrily over there it is in the water. No use to say, oh, there are other balls. An ultimate shaking grief fixes the boy as he stands rigid, trembling, staring down all his young days into the harbor where his ball went. I would not intrude on him. A dim another ball is worthless. Now he senses first responsibility in the world of possessions. People will take balls will be lost always, little boy. No one buys a ball back. Money is external, and he is learning well behind his desperate eyes. The epistemology of loss, how to stand up, knowing what every man must one day know, and must know many days how to stand up. Okay, then I think you can get the poem, right? Because we already explained, I gave you some hints about the poem. Then surely you want to read the poem well. Okay, then we can explain. Okay, just start. What is the boy now who has lost his ball? Okay, the poet just asking about what is the situation of boy who has lost his ball. Just think about that in your childhood. Surely we have so many favorite things, and we are keeping years, right? We are keeping year to years because we love that thing. Then just think about that. If it missed, then what is our situation? Surely we have a relationship, that means a smooth or a good relationship with that thing, right? Everything lost at that moment. Okay, at that moment. What is the boy now who has lost his ball? What is he to do? I saw it go. Then I saw, who is the I here? Poet John Berryman said that I saw it go merrily bouncing down the street. Who? The poet saw that ball merrily bouncing down the street and then merrily over. There it is in the water. Then where it gone? It is now it is in the water. And no use to say, oh, there are other balls. That means, what is the meaning of, oh, there are other balls? The loss is not important enough. Oh, there are other balls we have. It is not important. Underline the word. Oh, there are other balls. What it implies? The loss is not important enough. An ultimate shaking grief fixes the boy as he stands rigid, trembling, staring down all his young days into the harbor where his ball went. What he did? All of you listen. What he did? Then here the poets know that there is no use to say, oh, there are other balls. Why he is saying like that? Why he is saying like that? Poet say that because as he stands rigid, then he saw, who saw? Poet saw the boy's face as he stands rigid. Rigid means what is? Firm. And trembling, staring down all his young days into the harbor where his ball went. Then what he did, listen all of you again, and the poet said that no use to say, oh, there are other balls. The poet said that there is no use to say, oh, there are other balls, because the poet said that there is no use. Like if we have any experience like that, surely what will we see? What will we do? Okay, our parents may said that, oh, don't worry, surely we can buy another. Okay, but like that, here poet said that there is no use to say the loss is not important enough. And ultimate shaking, that means last shaking grief, that means last, that grief fixes in the boys, and that's why, that means while when we saw the boy's face, we understood that there is no need to say anything to him because he was in the sadness. Okay, his face, he stands rigid, that means firm, trembling, staring down all his young days into the harbor where his ball went. Understood? Then the poet said that there is no use to say anything more to that boy. We can't console him because he was strictly stricken by the sadness, that means loss of that ball. Understood? Understood? Listen, no use to say, oh, there are other balls, because if we console him, the poet said that there is no use because he was strictly, that means stricken because of the loss of ball, and he stands rigid and trembling, staring down to that water where his ball lost. And I would not intrude him, I am not interfere him. A dim, that means a dim, another ball is worthless. Then the poet said that a dim here means 10 cents, rupiah, okay, 10 cents, US. Okay, here we have the meaning. Okay, 10 cents. Another ball is useless. Then he said that it is not much cost for buying a new ball. But here the poet said that a dim, another ball is worthless, is useless. Now he senses first responsibility in a world of possession. After the losing of the ball, he understood the first responsibility in the world of possessions. World of possessions. Read again. And a dim, another ball is worthless, is useless. Worthless means useless. Surely you want to write unfamiliar words meaning everything. Any more points or many more explanation or everything, anything you want to write. Otherwise, surely you will forget. Okay, listen. And his ball, I would not intrude on him. A dim, another ball is useless. Now he senses, then now he understood the responsibility in a world of possessions, in the world of belongingness. Understand all of you? Then now he understood the possession. Now he understood that belongingness, it's mine, just like that. Okay, then that world, that the world of possession because of the after the losing of his ball. Understood? Okay. Then a dim, another ball is worthless. Now he senses, he understood first responsibility in a world of possession, world of belongingness. We know that materialistic world, right? Yes. Now our world, we can call it is materialistic. We give importance to materials, right? Wealth, money and everything, right? Yes, here the boy also understood the responsibility of belongingness after the losing of the ball. Understood? Then how he paint. Okay, listen. People will take balls. Balls will be lost. People will take balls. Balls will be lost always. Little boy. Okay, another consoling words. Okay, people will take balls. Balls will be lost always. Little boy. And no one buys a ball back. Then no one buys a ball back. That means which ball? Then which lost earlier. Okay. Money is external. Then poet, another thing, another truth. Money is external. It is outward. Okay. Outward. O-U-T-W-A-R-D. Outward. And he is learning. Who is learning here? Will behind his desperate eyes. Then the poet never intruded him. Then poet understood that here he is learning and behind his desperate sad eyes and hopeless eyes behind. That means he tried to understand something, the world truth. Okay, the bitter part of our life. Okay, we already know that life is not a bunch of flowers, roses, right? Surely it has thorns. We already studied. Okay, and the boy is learning well behind his desperate eyes, hopeless eyes, because he was looking to that water. For what? Searching his bowl, not searching, then he is sad. Then the epistemology, that means epistemology of laws, how to stand up, knowing what every man must one day know, and must know many days how to stand up. Surely the poet said that the human being can stand up through losses. Okay, listen. He is learning well behind his desperate eyes. The epistemology, here we have the meaning of epistemology. The Greek word epis means knowledge, and epistemology is the study of the nature of knowledge itself. Study of the nature of knowledge. Nature of knowledge. The nature, to understand the nature of laws, how to stand up. Then he want to understand the nature of laws, and he want to stand up knowing what every man must one day know. Okay, what then means loss and gain are the part of life. That is, okay, the epistemology of laws, the knowing the nature, we want to understand the nature of laws in our life. Then he want to stand up and knowing what every man must one day know. Okay, what we know, you want to stand up through that reality, through that truth. What is the loss and gain are the part of life, and most know many days how to stand up. Then what he did, then how to stand up means to bear the loss boldly. All of you underline the word how to stand up. Okay, how to stand up means to bear the loss boldly. Okay, and knowing what every man must one day know, and must know many days. Understand, all of you? Understand? Okay, listen. Then surely how to stand up through our losses, failures. Understood? Everything. Okay, read again. What is the boy now who has lost his ball? What is he to do? I saw it go merrily bouncing down the street, and then merrily over there it is in the water. No use to say, oh, there are other balls. An ultimate shaking grief fixes the boy. Grief means sorrow. As he stands rigid, trembling, staring down all his young days into the harbor where his ball went. I would not intrude on him. A dim another ball is worthless. Now he senses first responsibility in a world of possessions. Okay, first responsibility in the world of possession. Then who? The boy possesses that ball, right? That is his own, right? And people will take balls. Balls will be lost always, little boy. And no one buys a ball back. Money is external and he is learning well behind his desperate eyes. And the epistemology of laws, how to stand up, knowing what every man must one day know, and must know many days how to stand up. All of them trying to study how to stand up through our losses. Okay, then I think you understood the poem well. Inshallah, we can discuss the more question answer through WhatsApp. And why does the poet say, I would not intrude him? Why does he offer him money to buy? Why doesn't he offer? Is answer directly here, right? How we can write, why does the poet say, I would not intrude him? Because, give me. Then here, why doesn't he offer him money to buy a ball? Why doesn't he offer him? Because he know that it can. Give me. Give me, how we can? Because he know that it can correlate. That means he can't buy his old ball again. Right? Okay. Then here, why does the poet say, I would not intrude on him? Because when the person is trying to overcome his grief on his own, then he is busy making himself to understand certain things, right? Then and someone intrudes or disturbs him, then his chain of thoughts will be broken. Surely we are trying to tolerate everything in our own way. But if any person intrude him, surely what happened? It will break its chain of thoughts, right? That's why, and it make him irritated, right? It make him irritated. And moreover, self-consolation is better in that moments. Okay. Then another important, what does in the world of possession means? I told you that. Yes, materialistic world nowadays and everything. Then other, I think, simple questions. Then okay, then you can use your own answers for your own words for your answers. Okay, and try to write neatly, and everyone, and submit me tomorrow itself. Okay, all of you. Thank you.